Narcissist karma. Do they receive karma? We're about to see. Let's get into some tea. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a question that a lot of you have been asking. Does the narcissist actually receive karma for what they've done to others? After all the manipulation, lies, and emotional abuse, does the narcissist ever catch up to the karma that they've put out there? Let's break this down by first understanding what it means by what karma means. Okay, I know we all know, but in general terms, karma is the idea that what you put out into the world eventually comes back to you in some form, whether it's good or whether it's bad. This concept exists for many, but most people call it what goes around comes around, right? When we're talking about narcissists, though, this can be frustrating. This seems that when they can go out, they can hurt others, they can leave chaos in their wake, and yet they often appear to walk away from it unscathed without any consequences. But does that mean they ever face real karma? Well, let's get into it. First off, one thing that's important to realize is that narcissists are already dealing with a kind of internal karma. Narcissism is driven by that deep sense of insecurity, the emptiness, and a constant need for validation that narcissists, they crave. Narcissists are they're never really happy or satisfied with their lives, no matter how confident or successful they might seem to appear on the outside. They need the constant sense of attention and validation. And when they don't get it, this sense of their self, it actually crumbles. This is why they move from person to person, job to job, situation to situation, and they're always chasing that validation to fill the void inside of them. In a way, they're already kind of living in their own cycle of karma or like unhappiness. So you might be thinking, okay, but that doesn't really feel like real karma, right? Because what about the consequences that they actually have to face for harming the people that they've caused harm to? Narcissists often, they don't seem to escape immediate consequences, especially when they've manipulated people into believing that, you know, they're the victim or they're the hero of their own story. It really doesn't mean that they never face real world consequences or repercussions. It just may take time. For starters, narcissists have a habit of destroying their own relationships. They might seem to jump into a new relationship very quickly, which they often do, but those relationships tend to follow the same toxic cycles that I've discussed in a previous video, and that's the cycles of ideation, devaluation, and discard. At first, they might, charm their way into someone's life, but eventually the cracks start to show, the mask starts to fall off. They begin to mistreat and devaluate their partner or a new supply, and before long, that relationship crumbles just like the others. Over time, the narcissists tend to burn bridges with friends, families, co-workers, colleagues. It's normal for them. It's hard for them also to maintain a genuine relationship or long-term connections because of their inability to empathize. They're so focused on their own needs and the lack of that empathy that you need, that's required to have a healthy relationship. That's one form of external karma. So narcissists, they often end up in superficial connections. No matter how hard they try to keep up the appearances to people, eventually people catch on to their behavior. While they seem to move on fairly quickly to someone new, that new relationship is likely to follow the same dysfunctional path as the last. There's also the fact that narcissists don't tend to learn from their mistakes. Because they don't. They don't really take responsibility of their own actions. They keep repeating the same patterns over and over and over again and never take accountability for their actions. They hurt people, they lose jobs, they sabotage opportunities. Rather than reflecting on what went wrong in the situation and healing themselves, they blame others. This inability to grow and evolve emotionally is another form of karma. While the people they hurt may move on, grow stronger, and learn from the experience, the narcissist stays stuck in this repetitive cycle and they're unable to break free from their own destructive behavior. All right. Narcissists can be successful for a time, especially if they're charismatic, or good at manipulating situations to their advantage. But in many cases, their arrogance, their need for control, lack of empathy, all of that eventually catches up with them. They can face professional consequences like losing a job or burning bridges or even facing legal actions if their behavior goes on to the illegal territory. So narcissists, they often, how can I put it? They often overestimate their abilities and they underestimate the impact their behavior has on others, which can lead to significant problems down the line. But here's the thing. Karma isn't always instant. Sometimes it takes months or even years for the consequence of their actions to actually catch up with them. Narcissists are good at hiding their true selves, especially in public settings. So it can be hard to see the fallout in real time. That's why it can feel like they're getting away with everything while you're the one that's left picking up the pieces of your life and they're just living this happy-go-lucky life. But just because you can't see their karma right away, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. And here's an important point to keep in mind. Focusing too much on the narcissist karma can hold you back from your own healing. It's totally natural. It's totally natural to want justice, especially after being hurt by a narcissist. But many people hope that karma will eventually catch up to the narcissist. And spending too much time waiting for that to happen can actually keep you emotionally tied to the narcissist and prevent you from moving forward with your life. Instead of focusing on the narcissist, try to focus on your own healing. Not try. Focus on your own healing. The best revenge is living a healthy, happy life, free from the narcissist influence. If that's what you're seeking, be free. Take the lessons that you've learned, grow from those experiences, and build a life that is fully abundant and a life that fulfills you. Whether or not you ever see the narcissist face those consequences, you have the power to take back control and to thrive. Okay, so does the narcissist face karma? Yes, they will, but it may not always look the way you expect it to look. Their karma, it often comes in forms of failed relationships, isolation, and lack of lack of personal growth. While they may appear to move on easily, the reality is that they're trapped. They're trapped in this cycle of dysfunction that will follow them for the rest of their lives. You don't want to be caught up in all of that. In the end, though, your focus should be on your own healing. Don't let the karma be your main concern. Instead, concentrate on your well-being and your future. The best thing you can do is let go of the need for revenge or justice and focus on your own peace. Forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. All right, so we've covered all those topics about the narcissists and their karma. Before I go, I want to talk to you about something really important and special to me and what helped me to overcome, and that's how turning to God can help you in your healing journey. When you've gone through the emotional pain and manipulation that narcissistic abuse causes, it can feel very overwhelming. But here's the truth. You don't have to go through this alone. God offers strength, comfort, and hope, even in the darkest times. God says Jesus says in chapter 11, verse 28, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Which means God understands your pain, and he wants to lift that burden off of your shoulders. I couldn't have gone through what I've went through without God. His love is unconditional, and it doesn't demand anything from you except that you trust in him to heal your heart. When you lean on God, he not only helps you to heal from the past, but also gives you the strength to move forward, knowing that you're loved and valued just as you are, just as you should be. He reminds you that you are more than what you've been through. With God's help, you can overcome the trauma. You can actually forgive the narcissist. Forgiveness is not for the narcissist's sake, but for your own freedom. And you can live a life full of joy, full of peace, full of purpose. Forgiveness isn't for you. Forgiveness isn't for the narcissist. It's for you. All right. So if you're struggling with the hurt of a narcissist that the narcissist has caused, I encourage you to seek God's guidance and his strength. He can provide that deep healing, that inner peace that you need to be able to move forward, to fulfill that void. Trust in God's plan for your life and know that brighter days are ahead. All right. So thank you so much for watching this video. If this video has resonated with you, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I do enjoy reading the comments and responding. Remember, you deserve love, respect, and peace in your life. Healing is possible, and it starts with taking care of you. Stay strong. You're never alone. You have God by your side. You have videos like this to help encourage you, and you have a community that's here with you. I'll see you in the next video, and God bless. Think twice before reacting.